Welcome to class. Let's begin seated. Bring the palms together, close the eyes, and draw your awareness inward. Enhance the senses inward. Practice pratyahara. Look and listen inward. Feel the rising of the breath. And as the breath goes out, notice the grounding and calming sensation. Let go of the blocks to breath, the blocks for prana to flow through the body. Make subtle adjustments in your head, neck, and shoulders, balancing up over your pelvis and letting go of strain so that the breath flows more evenly. And as we move the blocks to the flow of prana, notice the sensation that brings. If you feel comfortable to, you could join me chanting Om, or just listen. Lower the head towards the heart. Release the hands to the thighs, palms facing up. Lift the head and open the eyes. Come to lie onto your back. And as you lie on your back, open your arms up in cactus position. Take the feet the width of the mat. Take a slow breath in to expand the chest and let the shoulders open. And as you exhale, feel the pelvis ground and the ribs release down. Now swivel your knees over to the right as you look to your left. As you inhale, come back to center. And as you exhale, swivel the knees to the left and look to your right. Inhaling back to center. Exhale, change sides, and this time let's add a reach. Slide the left hand overhead along the floor. Inhaling. And now let's just go side to side here for about 30 seconds. I want you to honor the rhythm of your breath. So make this a vinyasa, a flowing movement with your breath. See if you can slow down the breath to help to increase the range of motion. And maybe even insert a little pause as you're in the deep reach. Now let's also, instead of thinking of the body as disconnected, observe how the position of the pelvis can influence the stretch in the chest, shoulder, spine. So when you take your knees over to the side and you slide the arm over, I want you to move that corresponding buttock in and down towards the back of your knee. And notice if you feel a deeper stretch along the front, side, and in your shoulder. Feel how connecting the pelvis and matching the pelvis position with the rib cage influences the stretch into your side body and into your shoulder girdle. So we want to be able to connect in the pose and not just be loosey-goosey. We want to be able to connect in the pose and not just be loosey-goosey. We want to be able to connect in the pose and not just be loosey-goosey. We want to be able to connect in the pose and not just be loosey-goosey. We want to be able to connect in the pose and not just be loosey-goosey. We want to be able to connect in the pose and not just be loosey-goosey. We want to be able to connect in the pose and not just be loosey-goosey. We want to be able to connect in the pose and not just be loosey-goosey. We want to be able to connect in the pose and not just be loosey-goosey. We want to be able to connect in the pose and not just be loosey-goosey. We want to be able to connect in the pose and not just be loosey-goosey. We want to be able to connect in the pose and not just be loosey-goosey. We want to be able to connect in the pose and not just be loosey-goosey. We want to be able to connect in the pose and not just be loosey-goosey. We want to be able to connect in the pose and not just be lo to feel a core connection. But notice I didn't ask you to brace or to squeeze anything, just a simple movement of the hip, and how that can change the flow of energy in the body to influence the stretch. Come back to center. Now bring your hands behind your head, and as you inhale, I want you to arch your lower back, but bring your chin towards your chest so you're flattening your neck curve. And then as you exhale, go the other way. Flatten your lower back and reach your chin away from your chest. 2 more times. Last one. Then come to neutral and roll your chin towards your chest. Then roll your chest towards your belly like you're doing a crunch. And as you inhale, lower yourself back down, let your elbows open, and press the elbows and gently reach the back skull into the ground. Add a little extension, a little back bend in your upper back. As you exhale, chin to chest, roll yourself. Hold that for a moment. And as you inhale, roll back down, elbows open. Press the elbows, gently press the back skull, feel the thoracic spine engage. Nice, relax that. Now hug your knees to your chest and roll yourself up. Stretch back into extended child's pose. Lengthen through the index finger knuckle reach as you lengthen the inner arms. And as you inhale, glide into upward facing dog or modified with the knees down, whatever your hips and spine feel ready for. Just gently stretching now. Exhale to glide back. And inhale to glide forward. Finding the appropriate range for you. Bringing the hips as close to or as far away from the wrists as you need to. You can add a little neck stretch. One more time. Now, as you're flowing with your breath, think of one of the definitions of prana is that you're freeing prana so that it can move like a great bird. Prana is likened to a great bird in the source text. So think of yourself flowing through these asanas. Now come into downward facing dog. Like a great bird riding the gusts of wind, allowing the wind, which is the breath in the physical body, to help flow us through the postures. Now there is a little bit of effort. Of course, the great bird has to do some flapping of its wings, but if you've ever seen a great bird, maybe a hawk or something, there's very little amount of effort. There's a balance of effort and then riding the gusts. They'll ride them on the way down and maybe do some flaps to climb back up. So think of yourself riding the breath like this. Inhale, raise your right leg up as you press your left big toenail. Exhale, step your back leg forward, right foot forward. As you inhale, come up on the fingertips. Exhale, step your back leg and fold. Drop into chair pose, arms reach back, turn palms. Inhale, lift navel, raise arms. Exhale, back into the low chair. Inhale, back up. Come up to stand, bring your hands to your heart. Turn to your side, take your legs wide apart, and spread your arms. Turn your left leg in slightly, Turn your right leg all the way out. Bend your right knee. Lean out over your knee, tap your elbow down. Reach your left arm over. Inhale, come back into warrior two. Reach your right arm up, reverse. Right buttock moves in and down as you lift from your belly. Exhale, tap elbow, reach over. Inhale, back to reverse. Right buttock moves down and in as you reach up. This last one will hold. Bring elbow to knee or hand to floor, arm over, or you can use a block, whatever you need. Just remember that going deeper isn't always necessarily better. Whichever depth you are in the pose, you want to feel that you're not blocking the flow of prana, that the neck feels free, the chest is open, and you can breathe. So one trick that you can do is try going out of the pose a little bit, like lifting yourself out of it, and see what happens to the breath. So if I was to try to go real deep, then you can see my voice gets strained. I can't breathe as well. If I'm up on fingertips, I can still breathe like I can elbow to knee. So go to the place that feels appropriate. Be there and breathe. As you continue and come back to the mat regularly, things will get better. We're not trying to change it all in one day. Inhale, come back to warrior two. Straighten your right leg, turn your legs to the left. And as you exhale, bend that left knee, reach over. Inhale, back up. Reverse. I like to hook the hand behind the hip. Exhale to reach over. Inhale one more time before we hold. Exhale. Find the place that's most appropriate for you as we hold here for 5 breaths. Riding the gusts of prana. Let the breath fill your wings. Think of your arms originating from your kidney ribs, your lower back ribs. The kidney ribs expanding through the reach of the backs of the arms. As the collarbones stay broad, open. Come back up. Step back up to the front of your mat. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, elongate. Step back. Downward facing dog. Come into low lunge. Right foot forward, left knee down. Hold with both hands in front of you or reach back with your right hand for your foot. Release and change sides. Left foot forward, right knee down. Release that. And lie down onto your back for bridge or Urdhva Dhanurasana, or lie on your belly and come up into Dhanurasana. Your call. Release that. Lower yourself down. And then go up one more time, bridge pose or Urdhva, or you could do a camel or belly back bend if you prefer. Up to you. Lower yourself down. Open your arms out to the side. Cross your right knee over your left knee and shift your hips over to the right a little bit. Let your legs go over to the left. Come back to center. Change the cross, hips to the left and knees to the right. Come back to center. Take happy baby. And then lie down on your back for Savasana, corpse pose. We're going to try a tension and release exercise 2 times, squeezing all the muscles in the body, tight, 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 taking a breath in, and then with a sigh, letting it out. We're going to do that 2 times. So start just by squeezing your leg muscles. Squeeze the legs, squeeze the buttocks, abdomen, chest, make fists, squeeze your arms, shoulders, face, tight, tight, tight. Breath in. One more time. Squeeze the legs, squeeze the hips, the buttocks, the glutes, the abdomen. Make fists, squeeze your arms, squeeze everything, muscles of your face, squeeze everything as much as you can. Squeeze tight, tight, tight. Take a breath in. Now, just imagine that the body is floating. And as you pierce through the layers of consciousness, moving deeper inward, moving beyond the surface levels of the mind, towards the Atman, or the indwelling spirit. Just let yourself rest deeply inward. When you notice the mind pulling you back out, just be glad that you have the awareness instead of judging yourself, and come back. Resting deeply inward. Being grateful for this body that's been your vehicle to help to get you around in life, that gave you this amazing feeling through the practice. Now letting it rest. Gently bend the knees. Roll onto your side. Bring yourself up to seated. Thank you. Namaste.